2, 1. Are we live? It said you're live, but are we live? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulous. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with Miss Aaron with them 5 children, and what closes with Miss Aaron and the 5 children? If you guessed America's Next Top Model, season 24, was it episode 10? I think I put that in this live thumbnail, but Tuesday's episode, you're correct. Thank you so much for clicking on the video or joining us live and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. I am Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You, and thank you for being a part of the first 1,000 subscribers, whether you're liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and or some other wonderful thing like sending love. We appreciate it all. Thank you. So let us proceed. Okay, so we got 6 women left in the competition. I like that orange lippy that Kayla is wearing. I like it on Kayla. Shanice got the best photo last week, so she's looking at her photo. She's happy. She's celebrating. And Jenna is kind of annoyed by non-experienced models getting best photo when she's been working for 14 years. Hey, welcome in the chat. So we find out also that she has been in foster care. She has been beaten by foster parents, and she's going to do whatever it takes to be America's Next Top Model. Then we have Tyra Mail, and the theme is IRL, in real life. So Erin, says she wants to stand out. She's been in the middle. The whole technology thing makes her a little nervous because, she's our, hello there, Rowdy Chica. She's our senior citizen in the group. So she's like, oh no, technology. In real life, text talk, what's going on? And then Law is arriving at the house, and he is getting out of, it's like, it's in real life. We want to get out of the top model world. So what you're going to be doing this week is you're going to be going on castings. There are 3 designers who are looking for a model to walk in a show. So one person could book 3 shows, 3 different people could book 1 show, 1 person could book 2 shows. We don't know, but y'all going, and somebody from this group is going to be booked by these 3 different shows. So I want to help you get prepared. Let me see what you're going to wear. I'm going to style you and give you some tips on how to, what you're going to wear to the go-sees. And then we're going to practice walking. And, when Shanice walks, he's kind of like, it is bad. Or it was ugly. He didn't say ugly or nasty. He might have said nasty because, nasty could mean nice, but he meant nasty like, oh no. And she, I don't know. And it is kind of bad. So Shanice is, and Shanice says she's been practicing. I'm like, well, has she been practicing to try to get better, or has she been practicing to perfect that walk? Because if she's been practicing to perfect that walk, she needs to practice something else. And then we have a guy who shows up from Next Model Management, and he is there with their portfolio. So the pictures that they've been taken have been put into a portfolio for them to take around on their go-sees. So they're going to be going in groups of 2. Kyla, Rio, and Aaron are in one group. Shanice, Christiana, and Jenna are in another group. One of the designers, when we get to the groups, there's kind of some chit chat, and one of the designers lost his granddad, and Shanice talks about the loss of her big brother. At slouchy. Oh, the guy whose clothing is kind of like slouchy like. And then Erin is has a lot of personality on her go-see. She said Law told her to have a lot of personality. So she's like, oh my God, this is so great. Don't I look cute? Oh, do you like it? Yes, it's wonderful. And she, like everybody did, she trying to get them to liven up. But I think that what happened is that, there's a feedback loop in relationships, and I think she was missing the feedback loop or not understanding the feedback that they were giving her in terms of how receptive they were to her behavior. So, Rio is kind of like, she's doing the most, but she my competition. So go, sis, go. She don't, so she's trying to liven the place up, and the gypsy ladies are kind of like, okay. And then we see the edgy, unique place. Juana, Shanice is crazy. Is it crazy? Shanice's walk. Shanice's walk is crazy. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but maybe they were talking about how her walk was. But yeah, her walk is kind of crazy. I don't want to like harp on it or anything. So I don't know, like when she sees it on the show, is she going to be like, oh yeah, it is kind of, it could use some work, or is she gonna be like, that walk is fabulous? I don't know why these people hating on my fabulous, wonderful walk. So then we see Law. He shows up right after the casting, and he says the shows that the winners get cast in, they happening right now. It's gonna be a fashion show right now. So Rio got booked for one. She's all excited. Then Rio gets booked for another. She's really, really excited. And then the Gypsy ladies, it's between Rio and Kyla. So Rio has done very, very well out here in the real world. In real life, Rio is doing real well. At least with these three designers, they like her. They excited about her. But anyway, Kyla ends up getting booked for that one. So Rio got booked for 2. Kyla got booked for 1. Erin stood out. They said, the Gypsy lady said, but they said she did not stand out in a good way. She stood out in a bad way. So she was too extra. Then Rio and Kyla, they tell them, y'all go on back to dressing. Unfortunately, the rest of y'all just sit out here and watch them. So Rio is excited. She's feeling good on the runway. And Erin is watching. And she says she's thinking, I would have done so much better. And Shanice doesn't understand the problem with her walk. As she's watching, she like, shoot, I walk just as good as any of them people. I don't know what their problem is with my walk. And then after the fact, like at the house, they're talking about it, and Jenna is like, well, do you want some feedback? And Shanice is like, sure. And then Jenna is like trying to explain and show her, you're bow-legged, then you do this thing with your arms, and it just looks so crazy to Shanice that I think that Shanice just thinks that Jenna is trying to be dishonest and like over exaggerate and make a fool of her. But I think Jenna kind of sort of looked like she had it almost spot on. But Shanice is like, she's not receptive to that feedback from Jenna at that moment. The next morning they have Tyra Mail again. It's in your face, next level fierce enough to make that real paper is the hint she gives. And the women are like, paper, so they trying to figure it out. But what it is they're gonna shoot a cover for Paper Magazine, and the person who wins the competition, the shoot that they do will be on the cover of Paper Magazine. So they're potentially shooting the cover of a magazine today. So it's all excited. It's going to be published digitally for the woman who wins the competition. So then, each of them has gotten themes. I guess that their artistic director Drew has designed a theme for each of the models specifically. So Kyla's theme is cyber sexy beauty. Christiana's theme is dark androgyny. Jenna's theme is bald beauty. Erin's theme is 90s hip hop. Rio's is 50s dream girl. And Shanice's is red carpet ready. So Erin is feeling like she's back in her 20s. She's feeling good. She's really getting into the character and feeling it. Rio has her shot. And she feels, her shot goes good. Erin's shot goes okay. I think she felt better about it than the people who were working with her felt. Like she was really, really like, I'm in my 20s. Yeah, she was like feeling, but I don't know if it was translating for the people. And then Shanice, we see that she's being dressed back in the back, and she's not really happy with her wig. She's kind of bossy. She's like, it doesn't look natural. It doesn't feel natural. My hairline is, y'all got the wig here, but my hairline is up here. She just seems very vocal in her commentary to the hair and makeup people. When she goes on set, Drew is not liking her look. He does not like her hair, her makeup, or her wardrobe. So he goes back with her. They send her back to get restyled. So she goes from a long black wig to a short blonde wig, and from red carpet ready to disco streetwalker ready, or whatever. It's like, in the shot, I thought she looked really like just visually, like, she looked, there were a lot of interesting things going on. I thought it was kind of some pretty potential there. And they put her in a nude lipstick, and she's like, I don't like nude lipsticks, don't work for me. I need something bolder, bigger, more colorful. They don't work for me. It washes me out. And Drew was kind of back there, and he's not enjoying. None of us are really. I'm not enjoying watching her in hair and makeup. It's like it's not cute. It's not good. So then we see Jenna in her styling. Jenna and her styling. I like her styling, the way that they had her styled for the shot. Christiana does well in her shot. Kyla, I like her styling. I really like the dark lip on her. She's confused about what she is portraying, and Drew is kind of annoyed. Like, she don't really know what cyber sexy beauty is. So she's just kind of like, they're like, get into the mood. And she's like, well, what does it mean? And y'all know Kyla, the way she processed stuff is kind of, I just don't think it conveyed to her. But, if she's going to be on sets, nobody's going to be there to hold her hand. So, we see the people have got, the models have gotten Tyra mail, and Elimination is coming, which we all knew. Shanice is sick. She laid up in bed. She want to throw up because she does not think that she did well. Then we're at judging. Jenna, I like her shot, but her head looked kind of flat or something. It looked kind of flat to me. Aaron is super, super excited. Drew felt like the first picture was her best picture, and it didn't really get better from there. And he also felt like it was kind of like without dimension, like, I'm a 90s girl, and that's like all she had. I'm a 90s girl. Like, just shot after shot, they all look the same. So Kyla, Tyra is like, your features, you have these strong, wonderful features, but your features are wearing you. You're not wearing your features. You don't really know what to do with them. You don't really know how to work them. You don't really know how to own them. You're not in control. And Law asks about, as she's leaving, he's like, hold on a second, you have a boyfriend? And she's like, I've had one. And he's like, I knew it because you don't know how to be sexy. And Tyra's like, I was 16, 17, and I was a virgin, and I knew how to be sexy. And he like, but that's you. She don't know what she needs to have some more relationships to like have some stuff to draw on. So anyway, Christiana, they really, really love it. They say in her styling today and judging, her hair is milkmaid and her dress is bridesmaid. Rio, they like hers, and Shanice, Law, I don't know what he said, but he was talking about how her walk is just nasty. And then Drew tells on the child, on Shanice. And she's like, she's busy telling hair and makeup how to do the job. And then Shanice starts crying. And then Tyra is like, it's probably not what you said, but how you said it. And I was kind of like, she probably don't need to say nothing to them people. Just let them do their job. But then Tyra goes on to say, when you first start off in modeling, you have to be like a baby. Like, in my hairline, it here, and the wig is here. And maybe we move it up. Like, just be, and then, next time you can be like, is my hairline here? And then, a year later, you can be like, I think my hairline is here. And then when you get to be her age, you be like, look, that wig is too low down. And I was kind of like, okay, well, I guess she, and then I guess also, like, as a black woman, you can't just sit back and let people style you, because they'll have you out there looking crazy. And then they'll be like, them black models are terrible because they don't know how to put the makeup on you. They don't know what to do. So, she gives her perspective. Shanice did apologize, but I'm kind of like, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to go with Tyra's perspective, because my perspective obviously is not based on experience of being a supermodel. So then we're at Elimination. We have 6 beautiful women who stand before me, but only 5 photos in my hand to represent the 5 women who will be going on to compete in the hopes of becoming America's next top model. And I'm really sad, because I guess we not going out the country. I want to go out the country. We like to travel. Where we going, girl? So Rio gets best photo of the week. Then Christiana. And Rio and Christiana, they seem to consistently be doing well, at least from the perspective of the judges. Jenna gets the 3rd best photo. She didn't get booked in one of the shoots. In one of the fashion shows, they liked her, but they did not like her shortness, her size. And then Kyla gets number 4. And then it's between Aaron and Shanice. Aaron, they're like, Drew. And I realized, Drew is editing the film. Tyra's not editing the film, just Drew. So that's kind of different to me, because I just figured Tyra had eyes on everything, because she have her own opinions. But Aaron is like, editing the film. The first shot was, and then so that's like why she's up there. And then Shanice is up there because she upset the director of Paper Magazine, her artistic director. And, but in the end, Shanice is number 5 and Aaron is going home to be with her 5 kids. So she leaving these 5 kids to go be with her 5 kids. So that's the end of the episode. And then I don't know if it was like on the TV or not, because I didn't watch it on TV, but on demand they had a whole 1 hour special, or a whole special with the top 5. I think it was an hour. So they focus on each of the people, some of the things we knew, some of the things we didn't know. So if you just came to know who got, that, you can leave now, because I'm about to go through, what, the things that were interesting to me about the top 5. So the top 5 again are Shanice, Christiana, Jenna, Kyla, and Rio. So Shanice has a serious family situation when it has to do with like heart and blood and lungs. Heart and blood, heart attacks. But she's also had people in her family have strokes. Like her brother has died of a heart attack. He wasn't that much older than her. She has a heart murmur. There's like serious stuff going on in her family with regard to that. And then she also said that she has to support her family. And I'm like, she had to support her family? She seemed like that sounds like a lot of pressure for a young woman. Okay, so those were the big things that I, kind of. Christiana, she's 32 years old. I hadn't consciously realized that she was older like that. She has a matchmaking agency, like a mail order bride type situation where, she connects women in the Ukraine with men in the United States. And her best client, her most successful client, is her mom. And then we find out that, her mom was her only client, and that's the only match. And now her mom is divorced. So that might not be her strength. But she is very likable. Even, the other women in the house kind of talk about her likability. Rio is like, we never want to like her, but she's so sweet and amazing, and we can't hate her, And then she also talks about kind of like the body positivity and her curviness. Now, I do remember her talking about the fat rolls before, but I haven't really exactly experienced her as like bigger or curvier. So now I'm like, I'm going to have to look more closely, because they all look like skinny girls to me. I don't know. Okay, so then we have Jenna, and she has done Playboy, and I had heard that, out on these streets. But they talk about that. She does cry a lot. I didn't realize that. And Law is like, she cried too much. She cried because she won. She cried because she lost. She cried because it rained outside. She cried because she's bald. She cried because it's hot. She cried because it's cold. She cried because she just has a lot of crying to do. He was funny. He was funnier than that. She has a lot going on in her life. Also, I didn't realize that her mom has used drugs to the point where she said, she's been in and out of foster care, but also to the point where her mom is like, oh, I'll be back. I'm going to run to the store. And then her mom doesn't come back. And then they end up in foster care. So that's kind of intense. And she's been to a bunch of schools. Like, did she say 16, 19? I was just kind of like, oh, thank you for the like. And then Kyla, I guess I had sort of known that she was an activist. I love anymore. I guess I had kind of realized she was an activist, but the edited piece, she really came. Oh, thank you for the like. But the edited piece, sorry for what? Anyway, but the edited piece, she really came across as like engaged and like an activist, and that made me like her more. And actually, at the end of it, I was like, I like all of them more. Shanice, I've been rooting for her because she's the darkest one, but she does kind of have like some, her social skills are not really strong. She needs, but she seems receptive, but sometimes she get on your nerves. Like when she was with the hair and makeup people, I did not like it. I love America's Next Top Model. Really? Me too. I want them to go out the country. That's what I'm ready. So she's super cute. She's funny and goofy. The other women in the house kind of have co-sign on that. Kyla and Shanice in the confessional together. There were a couple shots of that, and it was really cute. I was like, those girls are cute. Her mom is Russian and her dad is African American. So that's her story. Then we have Rio, and Rio had a life-threatening brain surgery. She's 23 years old. She says this is more than a modeling competition. It's a path to self-discovery. And that made me like her more. Although the way her edit and like the things she says, she makes me not like her. But, and she was homeless for 5 years of high school. And then they show for her senior year of high school. And then they show some footage. She, like everybody else, was worried about the prom. I was trying to figure out where we going to sleep tonight. And that's serious. And they had some footage showing her and the other women talking about the walls that she has up and how, she has to protect herself because there's been so much going on and she don't know how to let the walls down, and they make suggestions. So that whole thing, even though it's kind of like I don't like her, but it's like I want to like her and I want her to let her walls down and I want her to, be happier and be friendlier and be nicer. So those are the top 5. And I still want us to go out the country, but that's what I got. That was America's Next Top Model. Thanks for clicking in, joining live. Thanks for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, and all of those other things. Coming back with notes on the news feed shortly. I'm just going to double check my news feed unless something else has come up. But that's what I got. Very good. Thank you. That's so sweet. So today is the best day ever. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous.